The show starts with the main character telling the audience about her world's history. She says there was a big war in the 21st century, and after it ended, people with superpowers showed up everywhere. No one knows where they came from, but because of their abilities and cool style, folks started calling them heroes. Our main character, Teru, gets off the subway and her other self explains that people wanted peace and good luck. To make their wishes come true, many heroes popped up in different countries. We switch to a female superhero, Shai, who's having a hard time introducing herself to people in Japan. When she sees no one is interested, she tries to leave, but a little boy encourages her. A group of hero performers called Hartman does a show, and after it, we find out Teru is Shai. Her fish alien friend Envilio, ABO, realizes Teru is struggling with nervousness. ABO says it's been 3 months since Teru became a hero and she needs to work on getting recognized. Teru hears screaming and finds out her roller coaster is stuck with people on it. A girl tells Teru to prioritize saving others over herself. Teru follows the plan, saves people, but when she checks on the girl, she's hurt. The news reports Teru's failure and people discuss whether she should be blamed. A month later, ABO comforts Teru and tells her about a new problem nearby. Teru tries to transform but can't. ABO encourages Teru to go out and help people despite her sadness. Teru doesn't want anyone to get hurt or criticized. She regrets being the only hero at the amusement park that day. Suddenly, a hero from Russia, Pepesha, arrives. Pepesha says Teru is too hard on herself and mocks her for being a shut-in. Pepesha shares an old dream and tells Teru she can't save everyone, but that's not a reason to stop being a hero. Pepesha leaves after wishing Teru luck. Shai thinks about Pepesha's words as she travels in Japan. Shai sees a fire at a building but can't transform because of guilt from her past failure. Her #1 fan talks to a firefighter about saving people without powers. Teru saves him before rubble falls on him. Inspired by the boy's bravery and Pepesha's words, Teru transforms into Shai. She promises to handle the situation. Teru finds a mother and child and is determined to get them to safety. She saves the baby but struggles with the mother. Pepesha arrives and helps. Teru's confidence grows when she learns the child's mother is okay. Pepesha takes Teru to a hero hideout in space, and they meet the heavenly Empress Unilord, who supervises all heroes on Earth. She prefers to be called Uniki and warns them about upcoming danger. In class, a new student is introduced, and it turns out to be Iko, the girl Teru thought she failed to save. Iko greets Teru in class. Teru's classmates ask Iko a lot of questions about her life and old school. A teacher calls Iko to do some paperwork. Teru thinks about what Iko said about Shai while ABO brings her the homework she forgot. Teru finds Iko on the steps, sees her leg hurts, and rushes her to the nurse. Iko thanks Teru. Teru wishes she could have saved Iko earlier so she wouldn't be in pain. Iko says her injury is because Shai tried to save her. Teru asks if Iko is mad at Shai for not saving her better. Iko says no because it's wrong to be mad at someone who helps. Teru cries and leaves. Suddenly, Iko transforms in a weird way because of a mysterious person. The guy tells Teru why he's hurting Iko. ABO warns Teru he's dangerous. The guy hurts Iko more and runs away. ABO explains that Aiko's pain is connected to her deep hatred, making Teru think it's about her. Iko says she hates herself for causing pain to others. She blames herself for Shai getting criticized and her parents dying. Teru turns into Shai and tells Iko not to hate herself. She asks ABO to take them somewhere secret. ABO says Teru needs to remove the ring the guy put on Iko. Iko blames Shai for not being there for her and her parents. ABO tells Teru not to listen, but Teru thinks Iko's hate is real. Teru tells Iko to throw her anger at her, promising comfort in return. Teru takes Iko's hits, and we see a memory of Teru and her grandpa. She asks him why people help others. He says people are happiest when they live for others. People who live for others stay in their hearts, starting a kindness cycle. He thinks Teru will get it when she helps someone. Iko gets a vision from her parents, saying not to blame herself and to show kindness. Teru hugs Iko and removes the ring. Teru gives Iko advice while ABO tells Unilord what happened with the mysterious guy. Teru is waiting for Iko to hang out. Iko comes and Teru is surprised her leg healed so fast. ABO says it might be because of the mysterious ring. They visit different places, then take a break. Teru tries telling a funny story, but it makes Iko feel bad for wrecking the nurse's office before. Teru gets worried. Iko asks if anyone else knows Shei's secret. Teru says only Iko and some other heroes. Iko likes being the only normal person who knows. They help a boy find his parents, and Iko asks the boy to show love to his parents. Iko is happy she said a line like Shei. Teru reminds her that heroes and regular people can spread kindness. They see a poster of a rock star and hero of Stardust. Iko tells Teru about Stardust's achievements. Pepesha calls Teru and says Unilurd wants to talk. Iko can join, and Stardust will be there too. Pepesha says Stardust is interesting and compares him to a psychopath. Stardust films a video and says he has an important meeting. Iko and Teru go to Unilurd's base with Pepesha. Pepesha calls the bad guy Stigma. She doesn't know the plans but says it's about people's hearts. They meet Unilurd, eat soup, and Iko asks for a picture. Unilurd points to the photo booth and they take a picture. Iko almost falls, but Stardust saves her. They go to a high-tech room to talk about Stigma and the ring Shei got from Iko. Unilurd says the rings use people's hearts for power. Stigma's rings go deep to bring out darkness. Stardust had a bad experience with the rings a year ago. Unilurd wants Stardust to fight Shei to prepare her for Stigma. Teru is scared but agrees to fight Stardust. Stardust asks if she'll quit being a hero if she loses. Teru promises to do her best. They go to a multipurpose room for their battle, and Stardust explains the rules. Whoever's transformation runs out first loses. If Teru hits him, she wins. Teru gets ready to fight Stardust. Teru fights Stardust, and he teaches her about punching and talks about himself. He says he's strong because he doesn't care about others, but Teru's empathy makes her weak in fights. Pepesha gets upset and wants Unilurd to stop the fight, but Unilurd says it won't stop until Teru's heart shift is over. Iko tries to convince Teru to stop, but Teru thinks she can win. Unilurd and Stardust notice Teru's powers growing, but Stardust thinks her kindness will make her lose. Teru uses kind words to distract Stardust during the fight. Unilurd thinks it's because Stardust hasn't been touched by words before. Teru's powers run out, and Pepesha and Iko rush to help her. Stardust says Teru isn't cut out to be a hero, but he believes fools like her will save the world. He admits Teru won because she hit his cheek before her powers ran out. Pepesha scolds Stardust for being cruel. Teru wakes up and meets Lady Black, Switzerland's hero, who scolds her for making Iko tired. Germany's hero, Dr. Schwartz, greets them and says Black is a nice girl despite being loud. Schwartz and Black are part of the Black Cross Heroes, run by Stardust. Schwartz is the medical chief, and Black is a nurse known for healing. Black scolds Teru for failing as a hero and suggests quitting if she continues. Schwartz apologizes for Black's harsh words and advises Teru to become a hero she can be proud of. Teru promises Iko she'll become stronger, and Iko gives her a handkerchief to wipe her tears. At home, Teru and Abo see a news report about a man causing trouble in China. Abo thinks Stigma is behind it. Teru promises to remember the pain and vows to stop Stigma at all costs. Teru goes to the Nagata stationery store to get some things. She talks with the owner, Chihiro, about her husband, lack of customers, and her husband's painting. The next day, Black visits Teru's home. Teru remembers Black can heal and asks her to help Chihiro with her back problems. Black is unsure at first but agrees. They go to Chihiro's and Black heals her back. Chihiro asks if she can go mountain climbing again, and Black and Teru decide to go with her for safety. While climbing, Black shares that she used to get scolded for her love of hiking, making her dislike it. Teru wonders why she let others affect her passion. Black promises to explain if Teru reaches the mountain's summit. Teru does, and they talk about Black's issues with the sport. Black reveals she lost her legs in a hiking accident but still loves climbing. She faced criticism for looking weaker than others. After helping Chihiro, Teru appreciates Black's ability to help without powers. At school, Teru struggles to use her fire powers since the fight with Stardust. She can't emit flames during the day but finds a manuscript with the word flame. She meets Murasaki, the calligrapher, and they take her to the calligraphy club. Teru writes her name and they compliment her. The club president says there's a lot of heart in calligraphy, giving Teru an idea to use her powers. At home, Teru writes fire in calligraphy and regains her powers. Abo tells her to put the fire out with water. Stigma thinks about how much he dislikes heroes. He wants to get rid of them because he thinks they judge and ruin people's hearts. Unilurd gives Pepesha and Teru a mission for an international organization. They have to check out the North Pole with another hero who's already there. Hypatia and Teru get to the Arctic base and meet China's hero, Mianlong Mingming Li. An old man tells them about their mission and says they all need to go somewhere. On a helicopter, Li talks to Teru and Hypatia about not wanting to fight. Teru says it's okay for Li to not be tough since she thinks Li is a girl. Hypatia tells Teru that Li is actually a boy, making it a funny situation. They reach their destination, but the old man has trouble contacting his missing friend, Dimitri. They face an unknown enemy who seems influenced by stigma. The woman uses ice powers, and Hypatia notices she doesn't have a ring like Eiko. The woman, Sveta, says stigma wants her to destroy heroes. If she succeeds, he'll help her warm up. Sveta catches Hypatia off guard and hurts her badly. Luckily, Li uses his powers to knock out Sveta. Teru helps Hypatia while Li keeps an eye on Sveta. Suddenly, Stigma shows up with his mage friend, Weepy, who uses powers to control Li. Before Stigma hurts Li, Hypatia helps him and confronts Stigma. Stigma leaves with Sveta and Weepy, telling Hypatia to call his group Amara Ruku. Our heroes are confused about what just happened.